Well, hey, folks, this is once again the MCU's Bleeding Edge on Geek News Now Network with a amazing, interesting, eclectic cast of guests joining me this evening. It is evening. It'll be whatever it is whenever some of y'all folks end up catching this video. But basically, just to go ahead and drop some names as far as who's on the team for this recording, we've got William. William, are you the co-host or are you the main host of Geek Gauntlet?
Main host.
Okay, the main host. We've got David from GNN, and David, can you explain what your title is at GNN?
I'm the director of the Literary Legion. I'm the head of all the writers for Geek News Now. All the articles that you see on geeknewsnow.net. That's the writers. We got a great staff. They do amazing work. Go check them out.
Excellent. And we have, once again, I think for the third time, we have Jenae. And Jenae, what are you doing right now? What is your current status?
Part of the Geek Gauntlet right now.
There we go.
And just my own channel. So.
That's awesome. So you're a part of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to have her.
Well, we're all very excited for you. It's definitely great, exciting, fun, interesting news.
Connection.
You said you look like you're doing okay. So, anyways, we're actually
just blinked out for a second.
You're good. So we're actually getting together and rendezvousing for this show to basically break down some MCU news, some current MCU events, some articles that we've got some to break down and kind of cover and give our opinions on and whatnot. And just to start things off, because I always like to make things really interesting for my guests and kind of change things up and whatnot, I'm not going to drop anything like insane or crazy or anything to start things off. If I can get the clip to load, well, I'll tell you what, I'll save that and we'll just go ahead and start off with
Ever since I got bit by that spider, I've only had 1 week where my life has felt normal. That was when you found out.
When you botched that spell where you wanted everyone to forget that Peter Parker's Spider-Man, we started getting some visitors. From every universe.
Hello, Peter.
There are others out there. We need to send them back. So, Scooby-Doo this crap.
You know, all this is kind of your mess. I know a couple of magic words myself, starting with the word please.
Please, Scooby-Doo this crap.
What's happening?
They're starting to come through, and I can't stop them.
December 17th, exclusively in movie theaters. Tickets on sale November 29th. Spider Monday.
Okay. So, real quick, I mean, everybody's obviously seen the trailer. This isn't like new information or whatever. This is probably the fifth time I think I've seen it. And it honestly, I don't want to say it gets better every time, but I do notice like little things different kind of every time I watch it. It's a lot to take in. So just quick, William, without getting like too in depth, what are your thoughts after having some time to kind of digest that trailer?
I thought the trailer was good. I also thought that you might see some alternate reality stuff that may come through. You saw Electro in his costume that everybody was going crazy about. I don't think that's our Electro. I think you're gonna see some more alternate reality stuff as well as the other two Spider-Men in the movie. They can say whatever they want about them not being in it, but I think they're gonna be in it. And they keep denying it. They keep denying it. But I think they're gonna be in it, and I think it's gonna be a good movie, man. I think it could be a game changer. So let's see.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a game changer. What do you think, Dave?
Oh, I'm anxious for it because obviously with this whole Phase 4, there's been a lot of multiverse stuff, and you had WandaVision, which touched on it a little bit. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It is Captain now. Captain and the Winter Soldier.
Yep.
We'll go for it now.
Right.
Not so much, but Loki really went nuts with it.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I even think my personal theory, Shang-Chi probably touched on it a little bit too. Because you had that end credit scene where they're looking at those rings and, oh, well, I don't recognize them. They're not from space. And Wong looks at it and says, I don't know what these are. They're not mystical items. And Banner's looking at it and says, well, we don't know scientifically what they are. And I think that's going to play into they're from a different realm maybe, or a different universe. I think that's going to play into it. But I just can't wait for this movie to come out. So all of those people that Andrew and Toby are not in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Mark my words. As much as you want them to be, they're not there.
They're gearing up for a different one.
Maybe Sony couldn't afford to pay him.
Y'all need to stop. You saw those punches that weren't connecting, kiss that weren't connected in the trailer. That happened for a reason.
Yeah,
I think you might honestly you might see Venom. I wouldn't be surprised at all if you see Venom.
Me neither.
Maybe not even within the movie. Maybe like in an end credit scene.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think you'll see Venom. Other than, well, I mean, let me take that back. Yeah, I think you will see Venom. It wouldn't surprise me.
We
But as far as
we might see though. We might see a cameo from.
I was kind of hoping we might get a peek of Miles Morales, but
that'd be cool.
And he's been touched on within this Spider-Man universe as well.
Mm-hmm.
No, that cow is the cow's gonna be in the movie. He's gonna be a part of the villains, like from a universe of cow superheroes and villains, and he's gonna run through the street and knock over people on bikes and shit.
That's one aspect of Marvel you really don't see them interacting with pets. That's one aspect you really don't see too much.
Well, Sony can save a lot of money just going with that cow as opposed to Tobey Maguire.
No, at least on DC side, we got Crypto, we got Bat Cow, we got Bat Hound. I mean, the Streaky the Super Cat. I mean,
I don't know what's going on, man. I heard some crazy crap earlier today on YouTube about some guy was talking about you could tell from seeing a shadow of Tobey Maguire's penis in some picture or whatever that he was in the movie or some shit or in the trailer or something like that. I swear to God. Did anybody hear about that?
Out of the internet, you go.
Jeff is connected to the darkest web.
What does your Google search look like right now?
He's connected to the darkest web of all time.
They kicked me off the dark web.
It's the MCU OnlyFans.
Yeah,
I was too graphic and everything and just
Oh my gosh.
too disgusting for the dark net. So you know, I've tried to. Kevin Feige has already sent a letter out to me and let me know that I'm
Good
not handling
Lord.
I'm not sticking with the Disney Plus rules and the Disney rules and everything and whatnot with the Bleeding Edge. So
Kevin Feige got your IP address.
I'm telling you, if it was up to Kevin Feige and Disney, I would have like a couple strikes every day on YouTube. So what do you think, Jenae? How do you feel about this? You don't watch trailers usually, so what do you think about actually? Well, here, two things. What do you think about actually watching a trailer before a movie, and then what do you think about the trailer?
I actually watched this trailer, so I would be up to speed when I was with William for Geek Gauntlet. And so this will be my third time watching it. I have to watch the other Spider-Man movies so that I can catch up on what's going on.
Jeff, did we corrupt her or what? I mean, she had her own mental thing going down without trailers, and because of us, she's watching trailers now. Oh my gosh!
How could you? You ruined me.
I'm sorry, Jenae.
Well, I don't
I'm
go
sorry,
to movie
Jenae.
theaters anymore.
I like to think that we've I like to think that we've given her a little bit of a push so that she could so that she could be all that she could be.
There you go. Right off the cliff. There you go. You don't watch trailers? Guess what?
You gotta know something.
You gotta know something. So get out there and learn it. Get out there and learn it.
But I was really excited to see Doc Ock, because since I grew up with the Tobey Maguire movies and then hearing Green Goblin's voice, I was very I did not like how they portrayed the Lizard in the newer Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man ones, and so I was like, when I saw like little bits and pieces of him. So, but I also grew up on the '90s Spider-Man too, so like that image of the Lizard is embedded in my brain. So I'd rather have that kind of Lizard.
Did you notice a trend in the trailer where it looks like Doc Ock is going to kind of like team up with Spider-Man?
It seems that way.
Yeah, it did.
But we've been fooled before.
He probably wants to go back to his own dimension.
But I kind of thought it was kind of funny too. If you go back into the comic book lore, Doc Ock actually took over Peter's body, and he actually found out how strong Peter really is. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, no, because I mean, Spider-Man is really damn strong.
Yeah.
What about the? Okay, so we know the Green Goblin, and hopefully William Dafoe back again. I mean, it sounds like him, so hopefully that's back.
Yeah.
But what about this other? There's another goblin that's in this one, and it doesn't look like William Dafoe's goblin.
Yeah, I've heard a bunch of different things about that. That it's another goblin. It's like the hobgoblin.
It could be hobgoblin. Yeah.
Or it's not going to be James Franco riding around on a surfboard.
Yeah, because I think
the new goblin.
If memory serves, I believe in the Spider-Man cartoon, Mark Hamill did the voice of the Hobgoblin. So I remember that.
I think so. That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Me neither. But I found it really Hobgoblin. But that was also with Felicia Parker. Not Felicia Parker.
Felicia Harding.
Yeah, thank you. Felicia Harding.
Not Felicia.
And with Cat and Black Cat, and so.
Well, we get Black. If we get Black Cat in this movie,
I'd be happy. But if they do her right, they need to do her right.
Yeah,
but I mean, come on, is there really any room for them to add any more characters into this film?
No.
Well, okay, so and William, I'll run this by you because I know you're into the comics. So Gwen Stacy dies falling off of a bridge, and they portrayed it fairly accurately in the Amazing Spider-Man 2. In this one, the final scene of that trailer, it looks like Mary Jane is falling, and it looks like Peter's trying to catch her. So, well, not Mary Jane, MJ. MJ's falling.
I was just like, that's not the I know.
Yeah. So are we going to have a Gwen Stacy type moment where Peter loses MJ?
Ooh.
That's what it looked like, didn't it?
Sure did.
They're trying to
Sure
recreate
it did look like that.
scene.
It did look like that. Yep. It did look like that. Oh,
Which
man.
I think
and
that
it was
that's
the Green Goblin that did it.
Yep.
I like that whole thing. I really do. I like the fact that they're actually like acknowledging that that Peter Parker and MJ have a relationship now. Like they're kissing and stuff like that. They're affectionate and everything. You know, like I like that whole deal. I like Zendaya, but I'll tell you what, that final battle, if that's what it is that they show in the trailer, where you see all the different villains like going against Spider-Man and Spider-Man's in the air, is like breathtaking almost. When you see the lizard and everything, the lizard looks cool, man. He really does. I like the way Electro looks. Do they have a full Sinister Six? They got Sandman.
Well, they got Sandman. They got the Lizard. They got the two goblins.
The two goblins, Doc Ock,
and Electro. So theoretically, yes, they have a Sinister Six.
Do you guys think Mysterio will pop up in the film in like a cameo, maybe, or something like that?
I don't know about a cameo. Maybe it'll be like a flashback, and they'll just use a clip from the previous movie. But
he's not dead. I don't believe he's dead.
Oh heck no! Mysterio's a hard kill. That's a hard kill. I don't think he's dead either.
So
he's too resourceful.
What about? Go ahead.
I was going to say, because I think Marvel kind of figured it out, and DC movies have a hard time figuring this out, is if you kill your villain within the movie, you can't use him again. And Marvel
DC ain't figured that out. DC ain't figured that out yet.
No, because in all the movies, except for The Dark Knight, I think Joker survived, but
then again, DC's philosophy though. I mean, it's comics, so you're never truly dead.
Yeah.
So that's DC's philosophy. So,
but I'm just saying, is as far as Marvel goes, Mysterio being dead,
I don't think so.
That I doubt it. I think the only one that's died thus far. Oh no, I guess Whiplash did.
Yeah.
Anton
Oh
Bancroft
yeah,
did, and Obadiah Stane did.
Obadiah Stane did. Yeah. They both did.
think
they
that
died.
may be it.
Yeah.
I guess Loki technically died.
So if we don't get Tobey Maguire and we don't get Andrew Garfield, do the rumors end up being true and we do end up getting Emma Stone and Kirsten Dunst and all those characters?
I hope not.
Why do you need them?
Why are you hating, man? Why are you hating, Dave?
Why you need them? I see where David's coming from, because why do you need them?
This is well, one, yeah, why do you need them? But two, something else, and I've really, really looked into this as far as why they don't need Andrew Garfield and why they don't need Tobey Maguire. This is Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Right.
This is his universe. This
his
is
story.
His story and what he has set up. It has nothing to do. If you put Tobey in there and you put Andrew in there, that's basically going to take from Tom. That will steal from him and make it a group effort. And I don't think it needs it.
I agree.
I think having the villain.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
I think having the villain come back, the villain, I like that idea. And I especially, God help me, Electro in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 was god awful. I love Jamie Foxx, but that was god awful. But this one looks good. This one looks like they actually are taking the role seriously.
His dialogue in that just sucked.
Oh, it was. You know what? It reminded me of it was like watching a Joel Schumacher Batman, where you had a real campy. Oh, I'm the little nerdy guy.
Yeah.
Who gets pushed around by everybody, but I get pushed into the vat of eels, and I turn into this super, and I'm gonna kill everybody that messes with me.
Sure did, man. He was terrible.
Okay,
terrible.
so to everybody on the panel, just whoever wants to respond, basically, do you think that all of this talk, all these rumors, all these leaks and everything, where literally we're going back almost a year, if not a year, that we were going to get Tobey Maguire, we were going to get Andrew Garfield, we were going to get Emma Stone, we were going to get Kirsten Dunst, we were going to get all these characters back. You think that was just like propaganda to
Now that last two I never heard of, but I know if you don't have the first two, it might be some revolt, because that's all you've been hearing. That's all you've been hearing talked about, that you're getting all three Spider-Man.
When it came out that Jamie Foxx was coming back as Electro and everything and whatnot, and Willem Dafoe was coming back, right at that same time, they reported that Emma Stone was coming back and Kirsten Dunst was coming back.
I just don't see why. I mean, unless you're supporting your alternate universe theory with them, but again, you got the other two Spider-Man for that, so why would you need them?
Well, they're trying to connect and pay homage to the older Spider-Man films, I would think.
Again, you got the other two Spider-Man for that. You don't need those two ladies. Nothing against them, but you don't need those two ladies at all.
Go ahead, Jenae.
They could do what they did in the Power Rangers movie at the very end and just have them have cameos instead. I thought that was pretty cool to have Pink Ranger and White Ranger there. So I don't remember if there's any other cameos in there, but I thought that was pretty cool.
I would have to be shithouse drunk and stoned to watch a Power Ranger movie.
And that was the first time. And that was the first time the Power Rangers started. And that was the first time. And that's the first time. Bad. And that's it was a bad movie, but it also was the first time you ever saw the Power Rangers fight at night. The first
that would be one of those situations. If I met a chick, hold on, William. If I met a chick or whatever on Tinder and she was like, I wanna hang out and watch a fucking a Power Rangers movie with you or whatever, I'd have to just come right out and tell her flat out, look, at that point, we have to just make a straight trade here, sex for the fucking stupid movie. Simple as that.
The movie was terrible. But like I say, if you go back and look at it during that whole series, they always fought during the day. They never fought at night. But this time in this movie, they fought at night. Their mama told them, because at this moment, the mom was always telling them, you have to be home by the time the street lights are on. Well, now they got there past that. So,
but I thought when the movie that came out in the late 90s too, that old one.
I'm trying to think. Well, that's the one I'm referring to. That was the one I was referring to.
Okay.
The G1. The G1.
I thought you meant the newer one. I was just like,
no. G1.
No,
G1.
The new one fell into the what I like to refer to as the Judge Dredd trope, where it's we have lovely actors and actresses, and we're not going to hide their face behind masks. So now it's your helmets you can see through your helmets. It's you just took away from it. You just killed it.
The only one that I really liked that was some similar to new was when they brought all the Red Rangers together in that one special, and they all fought. And I thought that was kind of cool, but other than that, nah.
Well, I know that Dave is married, and Jenae's married, and William's single, but he doesn't like women very much these days.
The hell you say? I'm just not getting married again. But yeah, your boy likes women now.
William is taking a vow of celibacy at this point. But anyways, but no, I'm telling you now.
Don't tell that lie.
Don't tell that lie.
I don't know how you work this stuff out, William, but
bring Scarlett Johansson on.
I met this chick the other day or whatever, and we got together, and she wanted me to go watch Clifford, the Big Red Dog, the fucking movie. Okay, so I mean, come on now. I'm sorry, but that is just unbelievably fucked up to even imagine putting myself through that experience. But I did go ahead and bust off a flat out like totally slick well, we're gonna have to do a Netflix and chill type of trade with that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
and it
man.
worked. It worked, bro. It worked. I will straight up. I will bring that shit up and drop it like during the stream. She was like, "Okay, ha ha."
Oh.
Fucking man.
And then I pulled out at the last minute and was like, "Fuck no, I'm not going to watch Clifford or whatever." I was like, "Are you should go over to my house and hang out with
Shame
me?"
on you.
Yeah.
Shame on you. Shame
Yeah.
on you. You lied to that woman. Shame
I
on
did.
you, sir.
I did.
Shame on you, sir. You lied to that woman.
I
That's
did.
it,
And I still got everything I wanted out of her. at the
just
end
so
of the night,
just so disrespectful, sir.
No, it's all good. Hey, I don't when it comes to how I treat women, I'm not hanging out in the Disney zone with women. There's none of that G-rated shit going on with my game.
I feel you on that.
But anyways, so moving on from Spider-Man 3, I finally have this awesome, cool, surprising trailer that I'm going to drop for you guys that we can talk about. And did you guys hear about the new director for Captain Marvel 2? That's her.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That was her. That was her. That was like her interview video that she gave to Kevin Feige.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Man. Just don't bring up you know who. Don't even bring her up. Don't even bring her up. Please don't.
Can you imagine if like that was Brie Larson in that video taking all those dongs to the dome and everything and whatnot?
You couldn't help it. Oh my man. Come on, man.
Brie would be like, if that was Brie would react and be like, I only want equally culturally different people of color penises in my face. No white penises.
I hate Brie. I hate Brie with I hate Brie with a passion.
Brie would be like, I only want a penis from a trans woman.
That floats a boat. I can't stand her.
Because I want diversity.
She was a terrible Captain Marvel. Just no. Don't even bring her back, man. Just recast the thing.
They might as well make her trans. You should be trans.
Just recast her, man. She's terrible, man. She's terrible. When you do, just recast her. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I know who would make a good Captain Marvel. The lady who played Brienne from Game of Thrones. Ooh. I think she'd be and she's tall and strong. Ooh. I think she could make a good pull.
Yo, I met some crackhead chick in an alley the other day that could have been better in Captain Marvel than Brie Larson.
That might work. Mm-hmm. I like that suggestion, Jenae. That might work. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Yes, sir. That worked for me.
Yeah, because I think even as a serious character, she was still really funny. So
yeah,
I really enjoyed her.
That worked for me.
Well, all I know is, okay, who was actually excited for this movie? Any takers?
Honestly, I am. I like Keanu Reeves. The first Matrix movie was amazing. The next two were kind of meh.
Yeah.
But
particularly the last one.
I think with the last two, I think that was more of a, hey, look, the first movie made money. Let's make some more.
Cash cow.
Cash cow. Yeah.
But it was tolerable to watch them. At least it wasn't like horrible.
Right. But with this one, I'm kind of looking forward to it because, Neo died at the end of, in my opinion, the third movie. And it was like, okay, that's honestly a good way to look at it. But if Neo's going to be the Christ figure, he needs to resurrect himself, and that seems to be the direction that they're taking with this one.
I kind of like the fact they brought back Kate Moss. I was sort of kind of a fan of hers a little bit in that first one. And then to sit here and Jessica Jones sort of kind of like took the wind out of my sails a little bit for her. But to come back now and where she started, I think is fantastic.
Yeah, she's definitely she looks pretty damn good for her age. Not that I'm an ageist or anything like that or whatever, but you know. But no, Jenae, who was asking for another Matrix movie exactly?
Who knows? Probably they just wanted money. But this is the second time I've seen that trailer, and it gave me chills again.
Shoot.
So I'm excited.
Shoot.
And then I know William. I talked to him about it. I fell asleep with my dad when we tried going to the movie theater for the third one. So so hopefully the fourth one's better.
I honestly I hope they stick to because the first one had a really good formula.
Yeah,
the first one was shot the way the cinematography was. It looked like a comic book.
Really shot tight.
It looked like you were watching a comic book or an anime, even a manga. And it was, just you had the one scene where he was running and they're in the hallway and he's shooting the guns and the bullets are falling but it's all slow motion, and it just looked good. It was nice to look at. You got to the second and the third one, and it's like, okay, I can see where you just jumped to CGI. You took away the practical effects,
right?
And now you're doing CGI. I'm hoping with this one they go back to that basic on the first one and say, okay, this looks like a comic book, and it's a lot of practical effects versus, they'll use CGI and they'll use it where they need it, but it's a lot more practical.
Right.
Oh, and Jenae, I just wanted to give you a tip. There's this new shit out there so that you don't end up falling asleep during movies and stuff like that. It's called drugs. You take some drugs, and you'll be good.
I'm telling you though, I'm impressed because now she's seen multiple trailers multiple times. So all right, go Jenae. Go Jenae. Do your thing. Yeah. Do your thing, girl.
Mainly that rule was for the Marvel movies, but I don't go to movie the last movie I remember going in theaters was Endgame.
Okay.
Okay. And I was very mad after Endgame. And then and then not having time because you have to find a babysitter and stuff like that.
Right.
And all that. But I have not been in a movie theater since Endgame. So
did you after you saw Endgame, did you wish that you could go watch it again?
Oh, I was too pissed off. I was mad. I was like,
why are you mad?
I was like, they're not ending it this way. No, thank you.
I'm confused. Why?
Why were you upset with it?
Did you not like the fact that Robert Downey died?
It was.
Was
it those 8 minutes that Captain Marvel was in the movie that just?
I knew he was gonna go there. I knew he was gonna go there. I knew
it. Or was it the fact that the Hulk had absolutely no redemption? He got his butt kicked by Thanos.
Unless I'm getting my movies.
He had no arc.
Or was it the fact that
I was just.
It
wasn't. Was it Endgame?
Or was it the fact you wanted to see Scarlet Witch just one shot Thanos?
That would be cool.
Now, that would have been awesome. That would have really set up WandaVision.
I still think that was one of the best lines over.
What we got from Hulk in Endgame.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened, unfortunately. I mean, seriously. It was like we had Age of Ultron and Hulk was fucking awesome, and then we got Endgame and it was like the final battle happened and they skipped Hulk in the final battle. Everybody else fought somebody But Hulk,
you know what? Hulk in the MCU is like Finn in Star Wars. There was so much potential there, and you could have done so much, and you just kind of got glossed over.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you though, the Marvel movie that made me upset was Age of Ultron, just because I had to watch Vision die twice. That was the thing that pissed me off. How you gonna kill this man twice? Come on now.
You mean Infinity War?
Infinity War.
Infinity War.
I think that's what.
Go ahead, Jenae.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I'm mixing up my movies now. Because I think maybe it was Infinity War that I was mad. Maybe that's how long it's been since I've been in movie theaters. Yeah, it might have been Infinity War. Yeah, because I think Endgame we watched it at home, but I was still I was still mad that Tony died. But yeah, I was just so mad after getting out of the theaters. I was like, nope, I'm done. I was like, I know they're gonna come back, but I'm very mad.
I saw that coming.
Guys, check this out. This is something interesting, and I think that you guys will like this. Just to give you, like, for me, just this is like the best evidence I can think of to reiterate and give evidence for how excellent of a job the Russo brothers did with Endgame in terms of giving the fans a movie where if you hadn't watched all the MCU films, you could still go watch Endgame and know what the hell was going on. Like that's how they made it. That's how they made the movie to where the average MCU fan or whatever could still go watch it and understand the gist of it. I took my ex-girlfriend at that time, ex-girlfriend now, I took her with me. It was like she'd only seen Thor: The Dark World. That was the only Marvel movie she'd ever seen. I took her to Endgame in theaters, her first Avengers movie, and she was so into it that she was crying her eyes out when Black Widow died. When Tony died, she was losing it and everything and whatnot. Like, she was severely impacted by the movie, you know. And
man, when Scarlet, when Black Widow died, that hurt my soul, man. I mean, damn, why you gonna let my girl go out like that? Damn. And the way she laid out when she hit the ground too, it's like, come on, bro.
Yeah, right. William, you know that inside you were thinking like, damn, she looks all right still laying there dead. I might do something with that. Like shit, she looks viable to me.
Oh man.
They do have those theories though that that it was actually her sister is the switch and everything. It's like I'm okay with that, especially with after seeing the Black Widow movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You'd be cool
with that. Which confused the heck out of me because I'm like, okay, where is this at in the timeline?
It's right. It's in between Civil War and Infinity War. But see, that's why I did not like that movie as much.
They waited too late.
Yeah, I was so confused.
Black Widow is still alive. She is not.
They waited too late.
She's not on some other planet. She is in William's basement, chained up. In a hole.
William let her out.
Lotion on its skin.
That's what I was gonna
say. He's taking her out to Applebee's later for her birthday.
Hell yeah! So 2 for 20. Let's go.
Oh man. Oh, so anyways, so yeah, so no, though, as far as the Matrix goes, William, I mean, a lot of really good movies coming out here in December, at the right around the same time, and
it's hard, man, and it's hard because now we got this new variant out, and you got all these new movies coming out, and the streaming services. I don't think it's gonna make such a big of a play as they did last movie season. It's gonna be hard, man. And I ain't rich. I ain't got your type of money, so I can't go see everything.
Hey, look, I don't know who's been talking to you or whatever, but I'm doing okay. But my driver's side window stopped working like 2 days ago, and I'm just letting it hang like that because like I ain't got the money to fix it. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm about to be one of those like broke ass dudes with like the plastic taped up on his fucking shit.
Duct tape.
Trash bag and duct tape.
Duct tape that thing.
I can't wait. I'm gonna go to hang out with some chick, and I'm gonna be like, "Yeah, baby, that's my ride with the
That's my
with
ride.
The
Come on, come on in.
I'll be pulling
I
the
see a lot
plastic
of that around
inside so I can stick my head out and see what's going on.
Come on in, girl. Come on in, girl. Let's have some fun. Come on in. Come on in, girl. Let's have some fun, girl. Me
I'll
and
be like,
you.
baby, that's the only rubber I'm gonna be using with you tonight, just so we're clear. I've got a prescription from my dermatologist that says that I'm allergic to latex.
Oh my goodness. Oh man. But it's gonna be tough, man, because you got all these great movies coming out, and it's like, David, I don't know about you, but before we really had the CV hit, I was an avid moviegoer, and it was something I always like to do. I always like to take my kids to the theaters. Like I say, me and my kids sat through 2 different versions of Black Panther on the same night. I took them to a regular showing of Black Panther and loved it so much. Well, I sent it to the IMAX and check out the IMAX version. Did the IMAX version of it too, and they even like that even better. So, avid moviegoer, and now you got all of these movies coming out vying for competition, and it's like, it's tough because you might not, the funds might not be there to see each and every one of them like that. You might have to like space them out a little bit.
I just like the fact that some of them, like when HBO Max came at the first of the year and they were like, okay, we're releasing all of these movies. Here's all the movies we're releasing, and it'll be in the theaters and on HBO Max. And a lot of those movies I was looking at going, I'm glad, because I really didn't want to see this in the theater. I didn't want to waste my time in the theater to go see
Wait a
this.
minute, you didn't want to see Wonder Woman in the theater? Come on, man.
I'm glad I didn't, and I want the 2 hours of my life back.
She is beautiful, but that's a horrible movie.
God was beautiful.
That was beyond awful.
But
like what was it? It was like King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah,
that was one of those ones that was like, I'd like to see it, but I don't necessarily
want to spend.
I wish I would have seen it on the big screen. I really enjoyed that one, but that's also nostalgia for me and my brother and stuff.
Right.
So,
give me the 1960s version. I'm fine.
That we agree on. That we agree on.
I own that one on Blu-ray, baby.
Let me just be clear with you, Liam.
Do you have Godzilla Jr.?
I don't really do shit, man. I don't have a big social life or whatever. I only have a couple friends down here in Florida. All my old friends are up in New York or across the country and everything. And I don't go out that much, man. I go on a date here and there, basically, all I ever really do is go see Marvel movies. So when the Marvel movie comes out, I go see it, but like, that's it. Like beyond that, I don't really spend money. You know what I mean? Other than taking care of like my illegitimate children that I have across the country, I gotta take care of,
Oh man.
No, I'm just playing. I take care of my kids, man.
There you go, man. There you go. That's how to be.
Just imagine me as a dad. I can tell you right now, I've got a 17-year-old daughter, and she's a great kid. She's a straight arrow. She's straight edge. But she's a lot like me. And at the same time, with me, like, she knows just to like not know what the hell to expect from me. Like, she knows how I am. You know what I mean? But she's cool with it.
Anything at any time.
That's right. That's right. And so anyway, just lastly, as far as the Matrix goes, do you guys think that they gave us everything there was, really the best stuff they had in the film right there in that trailer? Was that it? And like, that's all they really got? Or do you think it's possible that we might actually go see this movie or see it at home and be shocked or surprised by what they actually end up giving us?
I'm trying to figure out where Mr. Smith is. That's what I'm trying to say.
I know. I was just like, are they going to bring him back? I was really upset they didn't bring Morpheus back. back. So.
Yeah, they didn't bring Morpheus back, so
Yeah.
Unless that's supposed to be a younger version of Morpheus.
Yeah, why didn't they bring Mobius back, like or Morpheus back? I don't get it. I mean,
I don't get it either.
What's his name?
Unless they bring his son into play. You found a way to bring his son into play and take over the role. But
no, here's what it is. It's the Marvel thing. It's a multiverse.
There you go.
Different universe.
That's what it is.
Different universe altogether. Different universe.
It's a different version of him.
That's what it's a different version of the Matrix.
Different version of him.
There you go.
They rebooted the
different
Matrix.
Matrix.
This is how it is.
Different
Oh
version.
yeah.
You know.
There we go.
But I mean, look, I have to imagine. You guys tell me what you think. I don't believe Keanu Reeves at this point in his career, or Carrie Ann Moss, would sign up for some bullshit movie if it was going to be garbage.
No. They're too popular. They're too popular. They got too much clout. No.
Yeah, there's got to be something there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to think about the trailer. I don't think that's it. I don't think that they threw everything they had in that trailer. I believe there's more.
I know one thing. I'm gonna be disappointed if Mr. Smith ain't in it. He made the movie. He made the movies.
Mr.
Anderson. We have on sticking suspicion.
If he was going to be in it, I would have thought he'd be in the trailer.
Yeah, he helped make the movie because he was that constant bad guy.
But maybe that's the exact twist, and that's the twist the movie needs. He'll show up halfway through, and you're gonna be like, "I know
he is! Yes,
Message William right now. It's happening."
I don't think so. Yes. I don't believe so. And you know why? It's because Hugo Weaving has acted very, very little in like the last decade or so. Like he's been very selective.
Really?
And I don't know that. I don't think
he didn't even come back. He didn't even come back to voice Red Skull.
No. Wow. So I'm saying, like, I mean, I don't think he's that active to where he would even want to go back and do the Matrix.
Wow. I'd love to see it back in there. I really would.
Yeah. No, he was great. I mean,
I like
he's kind of a weird guy, but
Miss Jenae.
All right, check it out, y'all. MCU News Roundup special. First article, Screen Rant. How Shang-Chi sets up the new Avengers after Endgame. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings might have set up the MCU's version of the new Avengers to exist after Avengers Endgame. And basically, this allows the movie to focus on the battle between Shang-Chi and Wenwu. Let's see. So basically, they're saying that Shang-Chi's going to be in the Avengers, and the Avengers are still around. The Avengers are broken after Endgame.
Of course.
The original members, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Black Widow, Hulk, and Hawkeye, reunited for the first time since Avengers Age of Ultron. The Avengers roster expanded well beyond these 6 heroes, as Captain America's battle cry arguably makes everyone present at Endgame's final battle as an Avenger. Their success in undoing Thanos' snap and how Phase 4 has played out so far has ultimately left the Avengers broken. So Hawkeye retires again to be with his family. Thor leaves Earth. Shang-Chi reveals Bruce Banner isn't Smart Hulk anymore. All this drove the idea that the Avengers might no longer be active in the MCU. Now, that's a question. I don't think that the Avengers are active in the MCU. What do you think, Dave?
I'm going to go with, because they've done real well about setting up Young Avengers, the Young Avengers. You've got, what's her name from, Wanda's kids.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
You've got, if I remember right, White Vision is involved in the Young Avengers.
No, not White Vision.
I thought he was the leader.
I thought he was the leader of them.
White Vision was on the West Coast Avengers.
Was it the West Coast?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. He was never young.
No, he's a robot. He was born yesterday.
Yes,
When he became White Vision in the comics, he was still Vision and still with Wanda and with the Avengers. He never became one of the Young Avengers.
But anyway, so they've done a very good job of.
Oh, Kate Bishop. is going to be in the Young Avengers.
Yep.
Miss Marvel is going to be in the Young Avengers. Ironheart is going to be in the Young Avengers probably. What's his name? The kid from Iron Man 3 that was it.
Who's supposed to take Tony's
There you
spot.
go. He might end up being Iron Lad or whatever. Who knows? Ant-Man's daughter, that they recast.
Yep.
Yeah, she's going to be Stature. So yeah, they've got the Young Avengers, but here's the question: is there an active Avengers team right now in Phase 4 in the MCU where we're at?
Oh,
right now, no.
Oh,
I think you're going to see Phase 4 building the Young Avengers, and then
like if they had to go to the Avengers right now, would there be an Avengers team to like come together?
Oh, real quick, I wanted to correct something real quick. I looked it up on Marvel's database. Vision was a member, but he's a former member. He ended up leaving the team, but he was a former member. When you go back and look at Earth 616 Vision, he was a member, but like he ended up leaving the group, but he was a member.
Okay. Okay. So, Jenae, what do you think?
Yes.
Is there any kind of Avengers team left that could come together if, like, all of a sudden Sword or whoever needed like the Avengers?
I don't think so, unless somehow like they bring Thor back and stuff like that, or even bring Valkyrie and like.
I mean, how would they even contact Thor? How would they even contact?
Yeah, right.
Well, they contact Captain Marvel. Why couldn't they contact the Guardian?
No. They have her number.
Dang, man.
They don't have her number.
Maybe it'll all be the Skrulls, and that's why we get in the Secret War.
Well, what about all the characters from Endgame that lined up for the final battle when Cap did the Avengers Assemble and everything, and they became Avengers or whatever? Do you think they feel like they're Avengers still? Like,
I think the ones that you still might think that I think Spider-Man is probably the only one who still would consider himself.
Like, does Bucky think he's an Avenger?
Hell no.
No. He probably doesn't think he's worthy to be an Avenger because he didn't want to take up Cap's shield. So
Bucky said, "Forget these dudes. Give me Cap's shield, and I'm straight."
Yeah,
I think you would still see Sam.
Yeah,
Sam would probably still consider himself an Avenger.
He would
Rhodey's still around. He probably still would consider.
Yeah, and they'd be able to get a hold of both of them and find them because they're like public type people. So they actually would probably show up if they needed them to like fight or whatever.
That is true.
I think you would still see Spider-Man as an Avenger. Vision, obviously. Well, you've got White Vision, and White Vision now has all of
the
previous
Vision. Yeah,
I don't know that White Vision would feel the requirement to like go back to the Avengers.
I think the White Vision. I think White Vision would look at it and say, technically, I'm still an Avenger, but I personally didn't earn that right. That was Purple Vision that earned that right. So there might be something there, a conflict with him, to where he says,
"Isn't White Vision kind of like a fugitive?"
No, I don't think so.
Technically, you could say that.
Yeah,
technically, you could. He was government property.
Yeah, he bolted and just took off, and I mean,
he stole himself.
I mean, Sword still exists. Like, Sword didn't like fall apart or whatever, like Shield did in Winter Soldier. Like, Sword's still there.
We need to see more Sword.
We will. We will.
I think we will. Yeah. We need to see more of them.
Yeah, wait till Captain Marvel 2 and Secret Invasion.
Well, I can't wait for Secret Invasion.
And we'll get Sword. By then they'll show us like the space station, like in the comic book for Sword and everything. Like we saw, like they teased awesome. Spider-Man 2.
That'd be awesome.
So I mean, who else is left? Like, I mean, Monica Rambeau's not an Avenger yet. So she wouldn't. I
wouldn't even. I mean, Doctor Strange. I don't even think he would consider himself an Avenger either,
because he wasn't part of the founding. He wasn't part of the founding team.
But he's kind of close to one. I mean, you think? I mean, he's kind of like on the fringes.
He could be affiliated, but
Clint probably would, but I think Clint would be more of a I'm retiring, so
right.
I'm done.
He's like the Cartman in the group. Screw you guys! I'm going home.
Go home.
Going home. Screw you guys. Screw you guys. I kind of look at it like the Teen Titans. You got your communicator for a minute, but after a while, they take their stuff back and say, "Hey, it's back to business as usual." I think you got a few, like David was naming, a few who will consider themselves to be Avengers, but the rest of those guys,
I think that's what you're going to see. Phase 4 is them building a new Avengers team, and I think that's really what they're pushing.
They really need to go to me.
Whether it's the Young Avengers or not, it's an Avengers team.
Should be West Coast Avengers.
Well, Hawkeye was.
He was part of that too. He was part of that too.
Okay. Phase 4 is still only in the early stages after Shang-Chi, but the movie does help establish the foundation of the new Avengers roster to this point. Captain Marvel might be too busy to discuss the 10 rings for too long, but she's still part of the team and offers her assistance if Shang-Chi ever needs it. Bruce Banner is also likely on the team, but he could be more of a consultant at this point instead of an active Avenger. The team's leader might very well be Doctor Strange, even though he wasn't in Shang-Chi. Wong's role with the team is a sign that Strange is also aware of what is going on. Shang-Chi also could be considered a member of the team at this point since Bruce welcomes him to the circus. So these 5 MCU heroes should be joined by others as the new Avengers roster grows. It also won't be surprising to see War Machine, Spider-Man, Ant-Man. We forgot about Ant-Man and the Wasp take a spot on the team. Depending on how closely Marvel Studios stays to the comics, the formation could also lead to Wolverine's MCU debut.
See, they're trying to take this whole article back to an old Avengers episode when Kang the Conqueror took over. He ends up killing the original Avengers, but Tony Stark tagged certain heroes to be the new Avengers. And it just so happens some of the names that you're riling off are some of the people that were in that episode. Spidey was in the episode.
Avengers.
Spidey was in that episode. Spidey was in the episode. Wolverine was in the episode. Thing was in the episode. That reminds me of that.
And the introduction of Sentry. Fans could even see Echo join the team after Hawkeye and her spin-off series, while Kate Bishop, Yelena Belova, and Daredevil could also be contenders to join, depending on how their MCU futures take shape. Does anybody out there, do any of you guys really think that freaking Daredevil's going to be on the Avengers?
I don't think
so. There's all kinds of rumor that he's going to be in the Spider-Man movie.
He is.
Yep. I think he'll be more
Mephisto. Come on.
I think he'll be more. I think he'll be more Matt Murdock in Daredevil, but that's just
he will be.
But the name that you put out there is Sentry. Why? Sentry's got enough issues. He got to deal with the Void. He got enough issues already.
I mean, don't forget, we've got She-Hulk and Moon Knight coming up too.
Now, She-Hulk, I like She-Hulk sort of kind of because she's been
she was a West Coast Avenger.
She was a West Coast Avenger.
West Coast Avenger. Yep.
She was West Coast.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't see I think Doctor Strange will definitely be on the next Avengers team. He will be there. He's not going to be he's not going to be a leader because that's not what he does.
No, I just can't see Sentry. I just don't see Sentry caring enough.
I've heard rumors that Sentry was going to pop up in the MCU for years now.
I mean, he's an immortal god. Why would he?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel, but some people really kind of get pissed off at the idea that anybody could lead the Avengers but Captain America.
Oh, wait a minute. There was that line in the Eternals. Well, now that they're gone, who's going to lead the Avengers? Oh, I'll do it.
Oh, do it. It's me. It's me. I'll do it.
Do you guys think that Sam has that kind of strategic, like, leadership capability like Steve Rogers does, where she can be an effective leader?
I think he can be an effective leader, but he gotta hone his fighting skills. He was getting his ass whipped in that series big time getting his ass whipped. Man,
he needs as much as he doesn't want to take it. I think he needs that serum.
Yeah, I really think he does.
I wish they just give it to him. They should just do it because I mean, you know, he'll be more effective as Captain America with it.
Yep. And now that he got the shield full time, I think he really needs it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, I mean, Jenae, don't you think that like with Steve Rogers as Captain America, there's kind of like a thing where it's not just that he's really good at leading and really good at strategy and everything and whatnot and planning, but he also is like friggin' like awesome. Like he kicks everybody's ass, kicks people 20 feet in the air, jumps out of buildings and shit. You know, like that kind of backs up what he talks about and what he says.
And also, he gets to wield Thor's hammer. So
Facts.
That's right.
That was one of my favorite scenes in the movie when he got to wield.
Well, according to
Thor's
Steve Rogers and like Endgame and everything, Sam should be able to pick up Mjolnir.
That'd be cool.
I'll buy that. Yeah. How about it?
You know something everybody seems to be missing here. Some fact that everyone seems to. Captain America's not dead. Steve Rogers is still alive.
He's just alive. He's just old.
He's old, but he's still alive.
He probably could still kick some butt. So
if you
go
back to the comic series, he goes through the same process again to be Captain America and he becomes young again and picks up the whole mantle. So
there's a new huge rumor every like week or two about how Chris Evans is coming back to like be Captain America and everything.
That man ain't coming back. That man ain't coming back. He's too busy being what? He's too busy being what? Garfield now? Or Mario? My fault. Mario.
No, that's Chris Pratt.
No, that's Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt. Okay.
There's too many Chris's in the
Marvel
universe.
Well, the way things are going with some of these Marvel movies these days in the box office, well, the money Disney's is losing and everything and whatnot. Like at that point, they might have to, start to try to save a little money and go with Power Rangers in the film.
No, sir. No. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. The Avengers come out. Here come a Power Rangers one of these doors. Let's go. No.
Dude, can you imagine somebody going to watch the Avengers and it's fucking Power Rangers?
No. I'll be so pissed.
They would look at their ticket and they're like, "No, it says the Avengers. What the heck is this?"
I would go back to the desk and be like, "Look, you guys made a mistake. You need to pay me back and pay me more money."
When is Zordon getting the MCU?
Right?
I'll be asking that question. Oh gosh.
No, they'll Transformers will do that instead.
There you go.
Just bring back the Transformers.
Bring back Jenae.
I was still mad that they made Bumblebee a hot rod instead of his Volkswagen Beetle.
His Volkswagen Beetle? Yeah, I feel you. Because
I like that they paid homage in the first one, but I was just like, that ain't Bumblebee.
Yeah,
that's my favorite character. What'd they do to him?
Check it out, panel. Clearing the slate. Next article. Daredevil. It looks like Daredevil is going to be, you guys might have already heard about this. It looks like Daredevil is going to be reportedly appear in 4 MCU projects, including Spider-Man No Way Home.
Boy getting paid.
It looks like Daredevil will make a comeback in the upcoming Spider-Man No Way Home. Furthermore, recent rumors indicate Charlie Cox is due to make 4 appearances in the Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 4, starting with Tom Holland's Spider-Man 3. And
how old is that article?
This is from R.A. Karthik on Pursue News, November 21st.
I ain't never heard of Pursue News.
I've never heard of him either, and I think Charlie Cox has come out and said, "I'm not in it."
The new rumor goes a step beyond the claim. Cox's Daredevil is locked to play as Daredevil in 4 Marvel Studios projects, namely She-Hulk, Echo, Spider-Man No Way Home, and his own solo outing.
Why would he play Daredevil and She-Hulk? I get Matt Murdock and She-Hulk, but why would you play Daredevil and
Because it's
She-Hulk?
a lawyer legal drama comedy.
But
like
that's why I say I get you playing Matt Murdock, but why would you be Daredevil?
Because it doesn't specify. I'm assuming he'll be Matt Murdock and She-Hulk.
Okay,
it makes sense if you think about it.
Yeah, Charlie Cox does. Yeah, to play Matt Murdock. I got you on that.
I think Jennifer Walters is going to be based in New York.
She's going to be 50-50
with her work, with her lawyering and everything and whatnot. Like she's going to be in New York. So at that point, I've heard a ton of rumors that he was going to be in the She-Hulk series, and the Echo series makes perfect sense because if any of you guys know anything about Echo,
Kingpin.
Echo is a Daredevil character, you know, from the comics. So, Jenae, how do you feel about Daredevil? Are you a big Daredevil fan? Did you catch any of the Daredevil Netflix series?
I think I only got through season 1 and 2, so I'd have to rewatch it. But my husband really enjoyed it.
The Man Without Fear.
And you didn't enjoy it? The first season is should have been an award-winning season. Like it was.
I enjoyed it, but I go through stints of I can only binge watch so much of something, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. I need to shelf it and then go again. And because that's what happened with The Flash, and that's what happened with Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and all that. It's just like I watch it to a point. I'm like, okay, I'm getting bored of this. Let us move on.
At the very least, you would need to take a break. At the very least, yeah. And then
the thing is that I just don't go back to it is the problem. And then it's like, whoops. And then I realized that I'm really far behind. It's like The Walking Dead. I am so far behind on that.
Well, you got farther than I did with Devil. I'm still in season 2. I haven't finished it yet. I've got a couple episodes left.
You got me beat. I'm 1 episode in.
I got you. I feel you coming from Jenae because I was like that on One Piece.
Dave, you're 1 episode in on Daredevil season 1.
I honestly, I watched the first episode. I watched Jessica Jones the whole first season.
Me too.
Luke Cage, I think I watched the first season, but all of that Netflix stuff, I was just like, whatever.
Dude, but I'm telling you right now, Dave, if you get back into Daredevil and you watch those next couple episodes, season 1's great.
Okay, so I'm gonna read you this, and this is from IMDb.com, which I tend to think is a stronger source material. It says in December 2020, multiple sources corroborated that Charlie Cox would be reprising his role as Matt Murdock in Daredevil. If this is true, it would be the first time that a Marvel property on the Netflix appeared on the silver screen. Blah blah blah. It would also be the first time that Charlie Cox donned the costume since the Netflix show was canceled in 2018, and the first time the character Daredevil appeared in a film since Ben Affleck. However, the rumor was later debunked. So I'm going to call it now. He's not in Spider-Man. I don't need Daredevil. I don't need Tobey Maguire, and I don't need Andrew Garfield. Keep all of them.
Let me just grab this. Oh, sorry about that. Whammy.
Champ?
Yeah.
You're trying to touch my breast, aren't you?
What can I say? I like the way you're put together. What do you say we go out on a date? Have some chicken, maybe some sex. You know, see what happens.
Oh, let me get this over here. Sorry. Oh, there it is.
Well, I'll give this little cookie an hour before we're doing the no pants dance. Time to musk up.
Wow. Never ceases to amaze me. What cologne you gonna go with? London Gentleman or... Wait. No. Hold on. Blackbeard's Delight.
No. She gets a special cologne. It's called Sex Panther by Odeon. It's illegal in 9 countries. Yep. It's made with bits of real panther. So you know it's good.
It's quite pungent.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, it's a formidable scent. stings the nostrils. In a good way. Yeah. Brian, I'm going to be honest with you. That smells like pure gasoline.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, let's go see if we can make this little kitty purr.
I love Christina. I love Christina. Man.
60% of the time, it works every time.
I love Christina.
I'm just going to admit now, I've never seen that movie, so that whole scene was very surprising and hilarious.
I love.
Oh, you like that?
She is awesome.
I'm not a fan of what's his name?
Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell. I don't mind him. I don't mind him as a voice actor. I don't like him as an actor. I don't know why. I don't know. It's because I just didn't like him in Saturday Night Live or what.
Did you watch Zoolander?
I have never seen Zoolander.
Oh my!
You gotta watch.
Do me a favor.
Here's me. Here's Rock.
Due to inflation, one good girl is now worth 1,132.13 bitches.
You gotta watch that. You gotta watch that, man. Go watch it, man. Yeah. Ooh, that's some good watching.
I didn't see this will blow your guys' minds. I didn't see the Gladiator until 2012 or so.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Were you not entertained?
No. My mom was really strict with stuff, and so she asked my brother if it would be appropriate for me, and he said no. So then I never got to see it. And
I feel you.
So
you grew up on one of those households. I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I got you.
So
I remember. I remember when I first got the first issue of Lady Death, and I left it out on the counter, and my mom saw it, and she said, "You sent me reading stuff like this," so she took it and burned it. No.
No.
Listen, I was already having STDs and shit when I was like 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't even playing.
I got to both deep. My aunt took me to go see Gremlins in the theater when it first came out, and my mom had a fit because that movie was rated PG, but it's too scary. It's too scary.
Yo,
I
saw some chicks on Bumble earlier today that fucking looked like Gremlins.
Brett, like that ain't hard to do.
But that movie and Temple of Doom were the reason we have a PG-13 rating now. Because up until then it was just GPG.
It was. I love Temple of Doom though. That was awesome. Temple of Doom rocked.
That whole situation there on Bumble was rough, man. Like there was some rough, raw ass, ugly ass looking women on there. And, I mean, it was like they're having a contest to see who could look more like a whale. Like
Beluga whale.
All I can think of is the part in Robot Chicken. Where it's they're making fun of Alias, and they're like Sydney, and she's like with the killer whale with the wig and stuff.
I just think that I must have just got drunk and put myself in like the plus size search section of like the site.
You need to change. You need to go through and change your preferences.
That's right.
And change your preferences. That should help you.
I'm gonna send a message to customer service on Bumble. I'm gonna be like, look, I can't even get an erection over this shit, man. Like, come on now. It's rough. So, anyways,
roughing these streets, y'all. Roughing these streets.
So back to Daredevil, who actually slings a lot of D most of the time from a lot of different chicks, including Echo in the comics. So it makes sense that Daredevil would pop up as Matt Murdock and Daredevil and Echo, if you think about it. I don't see how they don't make that happen because I don't know what level of knowledge all you different guys have with Echo. I don't know a lot about Echo from the comics or anything like that. I know her background and her bio. But she is a lover of Daredevils from the comics and an enemy of Daredevils at the same time. So she's Kingpin's daughter. We all know Kingpin and Daredevil have a major connection. What do you guys think about the impact of Daredevil in the MCU? If this is true, if he's going to be in 4 Phase 4 projects, we're going to see him that much, and he's going to get his own show. How do you think he's going to do? How well do you think the show will do? What do you think, Jenae?
Well, if it's like the original from like the Netflix, I would be surprised if it would be on Disney kind of a thing, unless they like make an adult Disney.
You think so?
Kind of a thing. Because it just like from what I remember when it first came out on Netflix, it was pretty very, very, very dark kind of a thing.
When we talked about Moon Knight, Jeff, she's going down that same route.
Yeah. We've all had these conversations before. Yeah, Dave, we've had this conversation before. Well, yeah, we've had these talks before about what are they going to do? How are they going to make all this work?
Yeah.
Because I like if it's the same character and everything, and they're trying to make it, they can't make it lighthearted because that'd be kind of weird. Because people have already been hooked on it.
Did you at least get a vibe from Daredevil that you saw when you saw Daredevil on Netflix? Did you at least get enough out of it to where you would want them to continue that same type of violence and that same type of graphic type aspect? Would you want them to keep doing that?
I think so, because I like that kind of stuff is entertaining. So why not keep going with that? But I'm just saying it would not fit in with the Disney Plus kind of theme.
The only thing
unless they like toned it down, kind of a thing.
No, go ahead, Dave.
I was going to say the only thing I've got to say is, and I know I haven't seen Daredevil, and I know it's on my list of things. If they bring back D'Onofrio as Kingpin, that's what I would like to see. And
I
not,
like him
not because not because I like the character, but it's D'Onofrio. Got a huge man crush on D'Onofrio. He's amazing.
He really did
it really good.
Yeah, he really portrayed that role well. He did a good job.
I was really happy to see him as Kingpin. First, when I first saw him, I'm like, wait a minute. And I was like, oh, no, this is really good, actually.
It's the dude from Law and Order. It's the dude.
Law and Order people are really good.
Yeah.
I think he should have won an Emmy of some kind for his playing Kingpin in Daredevil season 1. I do.
Well, superhero.
He was that good.
Movies get no love.
Yeah.
Superhero show and movies get.
He made Kingpin into such a complex character in that show.
Yep.
And honestly, Dave, like that's the thing. That's the whole thing for me. Where like I'm telling you, if you get into it, you'll get hooked because that dichotomy between Matt Murdock, Daredevil, and Kingpin, like their relationship is so interesting. Like it's so expansive, like, and there's so many things that they have in common, yet they don't have in common, and like they rub on, you know what I mean? And that's part of like the major arc in the story of the first season. But I love Daredevil. I'm not gonna lie, I'm biased. I freaking love me some Daredevil. I used to read the hell out of the Frank Miller Daredevil run back in the day. And it was good, and it was graphic and dark, and like Daredevil's villains, like Daredevil's allies and everything that would come in the Daredevil comics were dark, graphic characters like that killed people, and
he had him and Electro going at it.
Yep. There was there was voodoo going on in Daredevil. There was like mystic shit going on. There was some interesting stuff going on. And at the same time, Matt Murdock was straight like dropping D left and right on women, like, getting after it. Straight up, which is cool, you don't see many characters like that, many superheroes that run through so many women, like Matt Murdock did in the comics, but he definitely like doesn't play around. But yeah, I mean, if you think about it, all like his biggest enemies, sort of, and like some of his weirdest enemies are all women that he got together with: Elektra, Typhoid Mary, Echo, you know, and of course, Echo is Kingpin's stepdaughter. So there's a lot of talk that, spoilers, we might see Vincent D'Onofrio Kingpin in Hawkeye. Could happen. We're going to get Echo. So, you know, it would kind of make sense. But so as far as Daredevil goes, I think it makes sense that he would pop up in She-Hulk as Matt Murdock, like we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
That makes a lot. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because he's trying to get Peter off.
So, from We Got This Covered, sticking to a similar trope from earlier, full lineup for MCU's new Avenger team reportedly revealed from Scott Campbell.
Lies and mistruths. Lies and mistruths. You better run some virus protection after that article, buddy.
Okay, check this out. Now remember, this is like less than a year ago in 2020, this article.
Okay.
So, according to our
We got
intel,
this covered.
Captain Marvel will be leading the team as expected and will have support from Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, She-Hulk, War Machine, Sam Wilson's Captain America, Shang-Chi, Yelena Belova's Black Widow, and most interestingly, Shuri's Black Panther. God, I hope not. And Wolverine. This is the same thing as the new Avengers deal. Enough to be in time for Avengers 5. However, depending on how things unfold, the plan could always change. The others, though, are said to be a lock. Furthermore, we're told that Blade and Deadpool will eventually join the group as well, but not until further down the road.
Why? Why? Why would Deadpool care? That's my thing. Why would he care?
Okay.
Oh.
That is out there. Like, I don't know, man.
Why would Deadpool care?
I would bet solid money, like a decent amount of money, that is all bullshit. And like, that is not what the Avengers team is going to be looking like at all.
I could, based on your source, I'll agree with you. We got this covered. Comes up with a lot of stuff.
Terrible, man.
Who really thinks that Captain Marvel is going to be the leader of the Avengers at this point?
With all the
She's
hate,
never there.
With all the hate,
the backlash, and the fact that she was only in 7 minutes of Endgame.
Yeah.
Ooh. Thank goodness.
They did that right too.
Yep.
You saw a little bit in the beginning, a little bit in the middle, and a little bit at the end. That was perfect.
Mm-hmm. And then just a smidgen in Shang-Chi, and that was okay with me.
Yep, a smidgen. Yep.
She was tolerable in that part.
That little bitty part.
Yeah.
Marvin knows we don't like that chick, man. They know it.
Yo, come on, you kidding me? Kevin Feige's got her scrubbing floors and shit, mopping and shit like that, just to make up for all the money that they're wasting on her.
Oh man, I just don't care for her.
She's doing part-time janitor work. She's cleaning up around like Marvel Studios and shit to try to make up for them giving her that bloated ass contract for nothing.
Facts.
If I was Elizabeth Olsen, I would be hitting up Kevin Feige and being like, "Hey, what's up, Feige? Like, hey, I'm so much better than freaking Captain Marvel and Brie Larson. You better give me some damn money."
But yeah, nah.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I got to scoot. I've got to work tomorrow.
I do too.
It's been fun, but
it's okay, Dave. No, I get it, man. I insulted Captain Marvel, and
that's what it is.
You're upset.
He's gonna
be so hot.
You need to go in the corner and take a Valium or whatever. And
There
right,
has to be personality too, not just hotness.
Y'all have fun.
All right, Dave, we love you, man.
Have a good one, Dave. All right,
Peace.
man.
So now that Dave is gonna go in the corner and cry about us talking bad about Captain Marvel, I mean, honestly, I think we're pretty nice to Captain Marvel. I've seen some people friggin' shred Captain Marvel and Brie Larson before on other videos on YouTube and whatnot.
Oh my gosh! And when she came up with that YouTube channel, she was getting destroyed when she came out with her YouTube channel.
I didn't know she had a YouTube channel. Oh no.
She got this.
She's not Will Smith. She can't do this. She's not Jack Black.
No, she got destroyed for it.
This was her promo for her YouTube channel.
I knew it was coming.
but she got shredded for it because she wasn't the type of personality that could really pull it off. You know?
No.
Oh boy. All right.
No. Brie Larson is like that chick who's got to like pretend to be nice just to get some decent D.
Now. Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
I got you on that one.
I
got you on that one.
It's true though. It's true though.
I got it.
The guy would still be like, I don't know.
That's what's wrong with Brie, man. I'm telling you right now. She's just been getting bad D for so long from like these weak ass dudes. You know what I'm saying? These feminist dudes or whatever. And so she's upset. She's angry. She's frustrated.
She should be She-Hulk.
Yeah.
She's sexually repressed. And, you know. Yeah. Anyway, so I've got this article that is kind of weird. It's kind of interesting. It's from MarvelMoviesFandom.com. It's not even an article. Well, it kind of is. It has to do with Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four film rumors. Okay, and this is what they've got. They've got a list. John Krasinski will play Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic.
Okay, we've been hearing that for a minute.
Rami Malek is in talks to play the Silver Surfer. You guys know who Rami Malek is, I'm sure. He's from that USA series, that Mr. Robot or whatever. Lena Headey, who I'm not sure who that is, will play Lucia Van Bardis. Terry Crews will play Ben Grimm Thing. Zac Efron will play Johnny Storm, Human Torch.
Can we please recast already?
We talking about the same Zac Efron that was in High School Musical?
Yep.
Oh my God, man.
John Cena will play Ben Grimm Thing. Dwayne Johnson will play Ben Grimm Thing. Keanu Reeves will have a role. Nah, this is garbage.
That's garbage, man.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man, but you suck. Okay, so next one from the Deseret, Deseret.com. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is expanding like crazy. Here's everything we just learned. Marvel has a bunch of new projects dropping on Disney Plus soon. Here's the full list. Marvel Zombies, Secret Invasion, Ironheart, and Agatha, House of Harkness. All right. Once again, panel, who the hell friggin' asked Kevin Feige for an Agatha Harkness series?
I think he's just trying to capitalize off what she did in WandaVision, but at the same point, if Wanda ain't in it, what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point? If Wanda's not in it, what's the point? What's going to be her purpose? Who is her bad guy that she's going to go up against if it's not Wanda?
Well, yeah. I mean, I thought that she was good in WandaVision. She was pretty good, but I thought it was a letdown when she ended up being the villain. I was waiting for Mephisto the whole time.
She does for Mephisto to come.
You know, so I was it was kind of a letdown for me.
Now she does now that show does bring Mephisto into play, but
it does.
Yeah.
Jenae, what do you think? I know you saw WandaVision. You know, do you honestly think that Agatha Harkness deserves the Disney Plus series?
I wouldn't watch it. I would we almost
yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Yeah, well, you have to twist my arm so that we'd be talking about it. Like we almost stopped watching after like episode 2 of WandaVision because we're like, what the heck is going on?
Right.
We were, and then we were like, okay, nope. Well, there's a reason why they had this, so we're gonna continue. And it was when we got through it, we enjoyed it, kind of a thing. But it was hard to get through the first couple episodes. But I'm trying to think.
Well, Jenae, just so you know, it's not hard to look at you this evening because you look very nice.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. But yeah, I'm trying to think. In the old X-Men cartoon, was Agatha in that one too with Mystique and the Rogue little bit, or was that a different? Was that a different lady? Okay.
You talking about Rogue's assistant? Not Rogue, but you talking about what's her name's assistant? Mystique's assistant. That lady that was with Mystique. You talking about her?
The old lady.
The old lady
that was messing with Rogue's mind.
That wasn't Agatha Harkness. Agatha Harkness. She was never tied to the X-Men or Rogue or anything like that.
I just couldn't remember. I was just like, is that the old witch lady from X-Men? Because I've never read most of the comic books, kind of a thing.
Well, I'm getting the vibe that they're probably going to do like a prequel, like a backstory, an origin story with her, that's going to like explain her whole history and like, where she came from and
like with the witchcraft thing with the brief.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But at the same time, like I said, I mean, it's like the Matrix thing. It's like I wonder sometimes how was anybody asking for this? Like who wanted an Agatha Harkness series? I mean, there's other characters that they could do. But so what do you guys think about what if Marvel Zombies series continues Marvel Zombies storyline? Yes, more Marvel Zombies are on the way for the new series, Marvel Zombies. Did you guys all see the Marvel Zombies What If?
Yeah.
I have not.
I
have not watched the What If yet.
But
it's on my list to watch though.
Okay.
Well, you will enjoy it when you see it, Jenae, because it was my favorite episode. What about you, William?
It was one of mine. It was one of mine in that series. That was one of my favorites, as well as the one where all the Avengers were dying, when Iron Man died, when Hulk died. That was my other one that I loved.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm not good at this kind of stuff normally, but I called it with the Avengers Zombies or the Marvel Zombies. When that episode came out, I came out and said flat out on the review, they're going to do more of this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they should do a film on this, or they should do a series on this. Like, I think they will.
Or bring some of those old stories back from the old comic book line.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
I mean, people like zombies, man. I mean, look how well Walking Dead did there for a while.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, shit. Walking Dead came up earlier. I love me some Walking Dead. I mean, like, it's been too long for me. Like, I'm way out of the show and everything, so I wouldn't even know what was going on if I tried to go back and watch. But back in the day when it first started, I was like a loyal fan. And I'm telling you right now, I don't care how this sounds. I think during that time period, the first like 4 or 5 seasons of Walking Dead, it was the best fucking TV show on TV. Straight up.
I never got into it, so I can't confirm or deny, but I never got into it.
I enjoyed it, and then it just, like, as I said, like, after a while, it's just like, okay, I need something new, kind of a thing.
Right.
That's usually what happens with me. And it's because, like, I don't even know what season it is that I stopped at.
18. I think it's 18.
It's at 18 now? Or it stopped at 18?
No, I think this is the last season right now. That's still going on.
Yeah, because like the rest of my family has continued watching it and I haven't. And so they're like, oh, I need to talk about this. They're like, do you care if I'm going to spoil it? I'm like, I do not care if you spoil it for me at all.
We know that they're not done,
if you need to get something off your chest and get mad about a character, go right ahead. I'm okay with that. I am all ears.
You know they're not done, right? They're going to do a Daryl and Carol show. They're going to have them together. They're going to do a show with Daryl and Carol. And then at some point, there's been a bunch of rumors that they're going to bring back Rick and make like movies, like TV movies with Rick. Like he's not done.
You know, it's really trippy when he actually uses his real voice because he's
Yes,
British.
it is. You know,
it's like, wait a minute.
I think to me that just lends credit to him that he put the effort and the time and the work in to be able to nail that Georgia Southern accent.
Yeah, because Maggie's the same way. I believe she has a British accent.
These British actors pull off Southern accents and shit better than Americans do.
Agree.
They do really
well. Imagine Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to do a Southern accent. Now, we're gonna say, William.
Well, I got to get out of here. I got work tomorrow, so I'm gonna roll out.
All right, bro.
Thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate it. You guys have a good night.
All right, man. I'll try to be nice to your co-host, team member over here.
Yes. Please get along. Please get along. That's all I ask. Please get along.
We will. Don't worry.
All right, you guys. Y'all have a great night. I'm out.
All right, William.
Bye,
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Laters.
Bye.
All right, Jenae. Look at you. I've got you. I've got you all to myself.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute, I gotta go.
What an interesting kind of move or shift or whatever you've experienced recently here in like the last 2 weeks or whatever. You went from coming on the bleeding edge one night and trying out, being on the panel and being a guest on the show and whatnot, and being kind of hesitant about it a little bit and nervous a little bit, I guess, probably. I think, am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So, and not because you didn't think you could really do it, but just because you were worried about how well you do, if you contribute, which is humbling. You know what I mean? Like that, that's I get that, and I understand where you're coming from with that. And so what do you think? Like, where are you at now mentally with all this stuff? Like, is your husband like, does he feel like he needs to kind of like treat you with some extra special attention or whatever because you're becoming such a star or whatever? Or
oh no, he's fine. He's just like, just don't stay too long with the because I have to deal with the crazy kids. So
is he impressed with how you're doing? What's he think?
He hasn't watched anything yet. But he's will support me with whatever I'm doing. So
good,
kind of a thing. So,
well, we would hope so.
Yeah,
we would hope so because it would be a disservice to the rest of the content, MCU content fandom people who like to watch our videos and podcasts and stuff if you couldn't be a part of them. So. We'd be a little less effective if we didn't have you. So, how do you feel about being on Geek Gauntlet?
It's pretty fun. I still have to get up to speed on a lot of stuff. Same with the MCU stuff.
I understand
the bleeding edge,
I get it.
Kind of a thing.
Yeah,
because it's just time with a full-time job plus kids and all that.
Yeah,
so it's like,
and they cover the Arrowverse all the time, and like that that shit is deep.
Yeah, I'm way behind on that stuff. So I'm like I didn't realize how far behind on that kind of stuff. Like when I watched the recent, I was like, okay, where did I end on the Flash? And apparently I ended on like near the end of season 2. And there's like 10 seasons or whatever it is. It's like, oh crap, I'm really behind.
Well,
I gotta catch up.
I think from what William has told me, he's going to try to tailor some of the stuff with the shows, like lean more in your wheelhouse. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, hey, at least you're trying to make an effort to catch up and everything and whatnot. Like, I mean, that, you're trying to do the right thing. But, I mean, the way that they do the Geek Gauntlet podcast shows, they go through so many different topics so quickly. It's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
But how do you how do you feel about the future with like, with being with Geek News Now Network now, essentially? Is it a lot to take in? Like, I mean, do you feel like overwhelmed?
Yeah. Just being out there in the digital world, besides doing like my drawings and stuff, kind of a thing. And then actually like having my face and being like, hey, I like comics and things like that too. Well, mainly comic book movies and anime and all that kind of a thing. Because like I grew up in the generation where like girls didn't really say, hey, I like this stuff. So, and now it's more of a welcoming kind of a thing. So,
well, I'd like to think that if I know enough about you, if I know something about you at this point, it's that I'm pretty positive that at least to some extent, you like the entire aspect of developing friendships and relationships and everything through the content, just like I do. I feel like that's one of the big parts of it that makes it fun and makes it, like worthwhile is developing relationships with people. And the time you spend with people recording with them is a lot of fun. And like, people really open up at times when they're making recordings and stuff. And I feel like you end up making really, really good friends at the end of the day over time, through this whole medium. And I don't want to toot my horn or whatever, but I knew you had it in you. And you just needed a little bit of a push to get into the, the whole content game. But I am kind of like in awe a little bit and shocked that you managed to navigate your ass like so quickly up,
I just fit a criteria.
Well, I told William, I was like, William, I give you credit for like approaching Jenae about coming on, the Geek Gauntlet. But I also said to him, I was like, I give a lot of props to Jenae for accepting. You know what I mean? Like, because you could have very well said no and been like, been afraid or whatever. You know what I mean? Or felt like it was too much responsibility or something. So I think I'm really happy that you did decide to go in that direction. And I'm like, I've already told you personally in our own conversations, I'm very invested in and excited about seeing like what you guys end up putting together, not like now or a week from now or 2 weeks from now, but like 5 months from now or 3 months from now or whatever, like how things shake out then, because I think that you're just building your voice right now. And I think that like when you have more time and you invest more time into this whole content creation thing, I feel like you'll have more to say and more to give and more thoughts of your own in terms of the content itself and what you want to cover and stuff like that, So, either way, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just happy to have a chance to record with you again. And essentially, we're already at an hour and 48 minutes. So since we already lost so many people dropped off from our team, why don't we go ahead and you didn't get to watch this all the way through.
Let me just grab this. Oh, sorry about that. Whammy.
Champ,
Yeah.
you're trying to touch my breast, aren't you?
What can I say? I like the way you're put together. What do you say we go out on a date? Have some chicken, maybe some sex. See what happens.
Oh, let me get this over here. Sorry. Oh, there it is.
Well, I'll give this little cookie an hour before we're doing the no pants dance. Time to musk up.
Wow. Never ceases to amaze me. What cologne you gonna go with? London Gentleman or... Wait. No. Hold on. Blackbeard's Delight.
No. She gets a special cologne. It's called Sex Panther by Odeon. It's illegal in 9 countries. Yep, it's made with bits of real panther, so you know it's good.
It's quite pungent.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, it's a formidable scent. It stings the nostrils. In a good way.
Yeah.
Brian, I'm going to be honest with you. That smells like pure gasoline.
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, let's go see if we can make this little kitty purr. Hey, sweet cheeks. Got an invite I'd like to extend your way.
My God. What is that smell? Oh,
That's the smell of desire, my lady.
God, no, it smells like a used diaper filled with Indian food. Oh, excuse me.
You know, desire smells like that to some people.
What is that? It smells like a turd covered in burnt hair.
Hey.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh my god. I have got to figure out how to keep the little thing on the side where I can see you during the video so that I can play them. Because I like watching you laugh. It's funny.
But yeah, I've never seen Anchorman. I was just like, uh-oh, this is Anchorman.
Oh
What's
my
going
god.
on?
I can't even imagine how funny that must have been then. Because the first time you see that, it's like I saw you laughing your ass off when the guy pulls out the cologne, like he opens up the door and everything, and he's like, no, I'm gonna use Sex Panther or whatever, and it like elevates up out of a tube or whatever and everything, and like, rawr, like you know.
Oh my goodness, the things they come up with for movies.
That's pretty funny though, isn't it?
Yeah, I might actually have to sit down and watch it now.
Oh yeah, it's a funny movie.
Even though I don't mind Will Ferrell. I don't know. There's just something about him that I just don't like. Movies wise.
I'm glad that I picked that meme tonight to use them because I'm really glad that it ended up being your first time seeing it and everything and whatnot. And I respect your muffled laughing during the Stevie Wonder head bobbing video and everything and whatnot because you're a good person and you don't want to be racist to anybody or whatever, but inside you were laughing your ass off at that shit.
Yeah, that I just don't I don't understand how that could exist nowadays. It's like, how did that go through this many censors and this many producers and stuff? It's like, what is going on here?
Yeah, I mean, you must have some serious educational problems or something, or like some serious catching up with like reality or whatever to be like clapping and shit to that. Like that's like they're excited about it and everything and whatnot on the show.
Yeah,
it's fucking blackface. Like, come on, man! If you do blackface in America, you're done. Like they're done. They're done with you at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get canceled for anything these days, like the way things are. You could say one thing wrong and like people will try to end your career.
Exactly. It's like there's a little notebook that they need to have and be like, okay, this is what you should not do.
Well, if you want to know like how crazy I am, or maybe I'm not that crazy, but who knows? Maybe I am crazy. I don't know. But I actually think that those people over there with the Stevie Wonder shit are like doing things better than we're doing them. Like, you know, as far as I'm concerned, like at least they know what the fuck they're about and whatnot and everything. They're not afraid to like do what they want to do or whatever and be themselves and shit. They're not canceling people and whatnot because of shit. Like, I mean, come on, they're allowing stuff like that. I mean, we got people over here that are like, you know, trying to cancel people for like simply saying things like there is gender. You know what I mean? Like there are just two genders or whatever, and like that's enough to kick somebody off Twitter or whatever for life. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I kind of like give props to those people over there in that weird ass country with the Stevie Wonder shit. You know? I mean, honestly,
we live in a strange world right now.
Well, yeah, we do. We definitely do. And at the end of the day, it's like I was talking to Dave earlier today on the phone about it's really one of the coolest things I think about being a part of like the MCU fandom, which I feel like you and I are both a big part of, is that there's no politics involved, and you're allowed to have your opinion on the movies, on the shows. Like, you're allowed to say what you want, voice your opinion, disagree with people.
Yeah.
And we all pretty much get along.
I agree with that.
I mean, do you feel like, for me, I feel like there's really a semblance of unity and like a unifying essence involved in the whole Marvel Studios, Marvel Cinematic Universe deal.
Yeah, there's like an invisible like line of respect kind of a thing. It's just like you guys can voice your opinions. It's like, I don't like your opinion, but I will respect your opinion, kind of a thing. You didn't like that movie? Well, I loved that movie. So kind of a thing.
Well, sure. And then you have stuff like us doing that article with the ranking of the MCU movies and stuff like that, where it's like a literal thing.
That article's all wrong, though.
That's a situation where like there's somebody actually doing a list of like the films and rating them and everything and whatnot. And there is something to quarrel about with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're not attacking anybody or going out of the way by questioning that ranking and everything. But we all can kind of get along and voice our opinions and whatnot. And I feel like for the most part, like you said, there's a level of respect there that's unifying. And I think that you probably agree with me that the way things are these days in our culture, wherever you live compared to where I live or whatever, we need things like that because there's not much out there anymore that does for us.
Yeah. There's like sometimes in certain stuff there's no respect, and it's just like, can't we just respect each other? Like, yes, you said this and I don't agree with that, but I will still be nice to you. I don't agree with you, but I will still be nice to you, kind of thing.
Yes, and I think that this kind of stuff, the Marvel stuff, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the movies, the characters and everything, the lore, that connectivity that you have with people with it, like with me and you, for instance, as an example, I feel like it allows people to get along and like get to know each other and develop a relationship, build a friendship, you know what I mean, and get to know each other to where if you find out like later on that I'm a Trump supporter, you know what I mean? And I got a big American flag right behind me. Obviously I'm a conservative. Like, how many liberals do you know? How many like liberal progressive people do you know who would put an American flag behind them? So anyways, whatever. I'm not trying to be rude to anybody or anything like that. But if you heard, found out about that stuff, hypothetically, maybe you would be less inclined to like hate me, and judge me based off actually knowing a little bit about me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah. It's like you can, people can bond like these movies, like, as I've said many times in different spots, I've grown up with just like the Marvel, like, cartoons and stuff like that. And so when they started making these movies, it was like really cool and inspiring. And then like, my brother read some comics, mainly like X-Men and stuff like that, or Spider-Man. And then, my husband's friend, Justin, is really into Captain America.
Oh, I know Justin.
Yeah. And so it was fun to connect differently with these comic book movies, kind of a thing, and enjoy them. So
I saved something special for you that I think you're really gonna like. A lot. But I like Justin and Jeremy and everything. I'll tell you right now, It would be really funny if me and those guys ever hung out together in person or whatever, because I am like fucking insane compared to them. You know what I mean? Like, you know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty obvious. I mean, I'm safe. I'll tell you right now. Like, at the end of the day, if you were, as a woman, if you were out there like in the dark or whatever at night, and like people tried to fuck with you or whatever, I'm telling you right now, you'd rather have me there than most other guys. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, because like I'm like, you know, I'm crazy and I'm chivalrous and I'm old school. So like, you know, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll die for a woman or a child. So I mean, you know, so at that point, you know, I wouldn't let anything happen to you at the end of the day. But at the same time, I am like a nasty, dirty, like, you know, type dude, and I don't give a fuck. I really don't care. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I think you're gonna love this. I really do. I saved this just for you. I want you to know, and I can't wait to see your reaction.
No more hot dog.
I love being with people. It's the most incredible thing in the world.
What are you doing? Oh, this is nice.
That world may change and evolve, but the one thing that will never change, we're all part of one big family. That man next to you, he's your brother. That woman over there, she's your sister.
Higher, further, faster, baby.
That's right.
We're all part of one universe
Wakanda forever!
that moves ever upward and onward to greater glory.
On your left.
I've lived a lot of lives. But I'm done running from my past. We have unfinished business. Who's we? When you love something, you fight for it. We're the ones who changed everything.
That gave me chills.
Me too. Me too. Especially during Stan Lee when he was talking.
I miss Stan Lee's cameos.
Every time I see that that whole deal right there, that's called Marvel Studio Celebrates the Movies, I think it's called. And then I listen to that Stan Lee part, it gives me chills. And then when they play that montage of video clips right after each other, like a machine gun or whatever, leading into the Marvel Studios logo, before the film. You know what I mean? That's awesome.
Yeah. It was like mind-blowing kind of a feeling. I found something on Facebook. I need to find it so I can send it to you. They had things where the different movies tied in.
Well, hold on.
So like
if it's child porning like that, I've already got 7 strikes on that. So you need to kind of
no.
send that to me on the DL.
No. It's like it shows in the very first clip, it shows Tony in Iron Man saying he's Iron Man, and then him in Endgame saying I am Iron Man, and going like this, and then like different frames from different movies, like people landing exactly the same and almost saying like the same phrases and stuff. And like it just gave me the chills, and it was just like it's all connected kind of a feeling.
What did you think of that whole
really cool.
thing that I just played a minute ago? Like how did you feel about it?
It was like an emotional roller coaster ride kind of a feeling, like just like hearing Stan Lee's voice, connecting everybody kind of a thing, and then all the different movies, and seeing the flashing of the new movie titles and stuff is like.
Did you like that?
There's a lot of stuff coming out that I didn't know about.
Yeah, that was pretty intense.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
As I said, I got chills watching that. If I get chills from watching like a trailer or part of an episode and stuff, that usually means it's a good thing.
That thing was like a journey. And for me, like when they showed the Fantastic Four thing at the end, that really got me like going. I love that. So are you happy that I saved that for you? Because I knew you hadn't seen it.
That was really cool that you showed that to me.
I figured
really
you would
appreciate
enjoy
that.
Yeah. I bet you're probably going to go watch it again on your own.
I know. It's like, gotta find it.
I think you will, probably. When you're like, I've watched it so many times. What does it feel like to hear Stan Lee like that, like in the intro of that and everything and whatnot? How powerful is it?
It's surreal since I know he's gone. And then, but like he still speaks. I found something, it was on Facebook, and it broke my heart because it said that Deadpool breaks the fourth wall, so he knows what's going on in our universe, and so he's the only one who knows that Stan Lee died. And so it's kind of a trippy thing to think about, that the only character that he helped create knows that he's no more, but he still lives on through his movies and his comics and stuff like that, and everyone can enjoy. And I'm glad that everyone can enjoy Stan Lee helping to create this wonderful universe that bring people together.
Well, that's very well said. And I think that it's important to take time during these shows and talk about some of these off-topic kind of conversations and talk about different aspects of the films and the shows and the comics and Marvel and everything and whatnot. There's so much to work with and everything, and I feel like at the end of the day, as a parent, I think you would agree with me that the ethos of Marvel and Marvel Comics for like decades and decades and everything, and like Stan Lee's ethos that you hear him talk about in the beginning of that, thing, of that man next to you is your brother, that woman next to you is your sister. We're all a part of one big universe, a team.
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen in my own life, in places like TikTok, for instance, I've seen where young kids, like teenage kids and everything, that probably won't even listen to their parents, when they hear Stan Lee talk, they're like shook You know what I mean? Like they care. Like they listen to what he has to say. It's impactful to them. And I feel like it's interesting because I'm sure you've heard of some of the people in the movie industry and like, you know, all that have tried to like talk down to Marvel and say bad things about the Marvel movies and the Avengers movies and everything and whatnot, that they're, you know, they're like B-rated movies or whatever, they're superhero movies, so they don't count, you know, like
if the DC or the Marvel logo wasn't on it, and if it was just an action film, they probably would get more credit, kind of a thing.
Well,
which is kind of sad because they're really good movies. It's like when there's A-list stars that are wanting to play these lovable characters, or like characters that aren't very lovable,
and there's more of them every day.
That says something. So I think the Academy should be like, yes, this is a part of they allow animation. They allow all bunch of stuff. Yeah. And so it's like I find that hilarious though, that it's
they nominated Black Panther for Best Picture. Are you kidding me? Come on. I'm sorry. I love Black Panther, but come on.
I think Avengers should have been nominated more than Black Panther.
Avengers Endgame probably should have at least gotten nominated for Best Picture or whatever, that, you know, back in 2019.
Or even like the music was amazing. All the music for most of these movies is amazing. And I don't know who did the score for the music, but like I was in band and choir, and so like if it's a really emotional music and things like that, and like I get chills from it, that says something, and that speaks to people too, kind of a thing. So,
well, I feel like that message that is intrinsic to Marvel, to like the you know, to the movies, to all of it, to the stories, the characters, that that good versus evil dynamic, and you know, and connection on a human level that people are able to have with the characters, with the superheroes and everything and whatnot, you know, and their problems and their issues and their relationships and, you know, their trauma and their losses. And I feel like that from a cultural standpoint, like I already mentioned to you earlier, I feel like Marvel, the MCU, is probably the biggest unifying force out there right now that connects people to a level where a dialogue is allowed and can happen between anybody. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter who you are. You can find common ground on the fact that you both fucking like Captain America.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a complicated premise. So I just think that that's part of the genius of Stan Lee, is that I feel like him and everybody else at Marvel Comics through the years and everything, they really,
Jack Kirby, I think
they were packaging. Yeah, Jack Kirby. They were trying to make good comics. They wanted them to be fun and cool and everything, but they also wanted to send a message, and they wanted to make changes. They wanted to, you know, be a part of good, and like, you know, and be a good actor. And they used the comics to kind of push that ethos, you know. And I feel like it's just I feel like a lot of people out there that complain about Marvel Studios and bitch about Marvel Studios and want them to do badly and everything and whatnot. I think there's a lot of them are jealous, but I think at the same time too, they're envious, you know, because of the impact.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, your kids are too young for you to be able to have like that kind of relationship or dynamic where you have like a love for Marvel Studios movies together or whatever, right?
Yeah, we just let our daughter watch Iron Man, and she was so confused. And then we were trying to get her to watch Thor today, and she's like, "No, tomorrow."
But I'm sure that you probably have known other people or seen other people where a daughter or a son or whatever has a connection with a father or a mother that's through Marvel.
Yeah.
And in some instances, and I've actually like met and talked to people who have this exact thing going on. The connective tissue in the relationship between a father and a daughter is the MCU.
Yeah.
Is seeing the movies together. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my my dad didn't, before he passed away, my dad didn't watch very many Marvel movies, but his absolute favorite, and he watched and went to the theaters over and over again, was Guardians of the Galaxy. And so my brother and I took him to it, and then he had to go over to Seattle for radiation, and so he had to be there for like 2 or 3 months by himself, and he, like every week he went to see Guardians of the Galaxy because he enjoyed it that much. And that so anytime like I see it, like sometimes I tear up because like that's a movie we connected with, and that's not something we connect with very much because like he wasn't into comics and stuff like that, but we had that connection with movies, and so that made me happy. So
Due to inflation, one good girl is now worth 1,132.13 bitches.
There we go.
So.
Hey, we can't have no crying on here. So you know, so I had to break up the monotony real quick and just
I figured that's what that was.
If you start crying, you're gonna get one of these. That'll stop you real quick.
Yeah. But yeah, that's one of the connections that Marvel did for me, is like I could connect with my dad more was so
Jenae, I like to joke around, but I mean, seriously, thank you for putting that out there and everything and sharing that with me and allowing me to be a part of that and whatnot. And I really do respect you for that. And I feel like if anything, that's kind of a compliment to me as a friend, that you would even extend yourself out like that to me and let me know that, and because I know that I can look at your face and your eyes and be able to tell that it pains you to talk about it and everything, you know what I mean? So I'm sorry that for that, but I guess
most of the time when talking about my dad, like certain memories, that it does tear me up. So
well, hey, you know what? I mean, I'm not going to try to like pretend that this is some Oscar worthy content or some shit because we're having an emotional moment or something. I mean, I mean, basically, I can tell you right now that that's kind of, again, like evident of what I've been trying to kind of talk about the fact that there is that whole aspect and that whole dynamic where there's whole relationships between children and their parents and their fathers, daughters and their fathers, where the whole friendship is based on seeing the Marvel movies together. You know what I mean? Like that's the connection. Like that's that's the ignition. Like that's the fuel that allows the rest of the relationship to continue and like expand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There has to be some kind of initiative and common ground and everything, sometimes with younger people and older people, especially with moms and, daughters, or moms and sons, or dads and daughters, dads and sons. You'll see when your kids get older, there's a natural hesitancy or like desire with kids to like kind of rebel and like, and not want to find a reason to get along with mom or dad. You know what I mean? Like it just happens. And
I get that.
The Marvel movies allow there to be room for there to be an emotional connection, I think. For kids and adults, and like moms and dads. It's a gateway, it's like an opening. So I don't want to get too far beyond that. I'm not trying to like, I'm not Miss Cleo here. I'm not trying to have some kind of psychic fucking discussion or whatever here.
Does she still have her infomercials? I remember watching those late at night, and her infomercials just show up randomly.
I don't know. Let's ask this guy.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Yeah. Hey. Sometimes it'd be good, Jenae. Sometimes it'd be shit. You never know. So what do you think? Compared to going on Geek Gauntlet, is this like the Twilight Zone?
Speaking of actually bringing up the Twilight Zone, I actually, for my drawing of the day, did a Twilight Zone drawing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One of the people from my Facebook friends suggested doing a Twilight Zone, the host, drawing him. And so I picked that. So I was drawing that before the show started. So that's funny that you said that this is kind of like the Twilight Zone of Geek Gauntlet.
Honestly, folks, Jenae and I have an interesting friendship because we don't know each other that well, but we're friends. And, basically, I got her started. So props to me. But at the end of the day, I enjoy her company and I enjoy recording with her and everything and whatnot. And I like Jenae, and I feel like we have an interesting dichotomy as friends because I don't think it matters that Jenae and I really know each other's life stories. I feel like we definitely both can tell because we're intelligent enough human beings to be able to tell that we have differences and we have things in common. And we probably don't meet eye to eye on certain things or whatever here and there. But at the end of the day, we're able to get along and have a dialogue together and be able to detect, each other's vibes to where, we like each other and like to be friends together. You know what I mean? And make and record together and have a good time. And I think that Jenae's is not me. I would never put myself out there as an example to anybody I'm no role model, but Jenae is a different story. I actually think that she's an example of, the fact that you don't have to be a fucking superstar to actually be capable of getting along with people in life and finding common ground with people. And making an effort to find common ground and have peace and get along with people, and whatnot. You're a very subtle person, Jenae, and you're not hung up on a lot of little, nitty gritty bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And I respect that. And at the end of the day, I think that it's fun that you have the range to be able to come on the bleeding edge and do this crazy shit that we do, and then go on Geek Gauntlet with Shaw and his real quick list and everything that he does, and William and everything. It's like a parallel dimension, and you handle it pretty well.
Thank you. I try.
I mean, if you and as a woman, if this. If that caused you to feel disrespected or something, or going off on some tangent on me about how that's against women or something like that or whatever, I'm sorry, but I would be nice to you and everything and whatnot and apologize or whatever, but I would not respect you. Can you blame me?
Just don't throw hot dogs at me, please, in real life.
Oh my God, your husband must think I'm fucking nuts when he sees stuff like that. Has he seen that?
He hasn't seen it. No, I warned him that you're eccentric, though.
Oh, that's how you labeled me? Oh man, I've never been called eccentric before in my entire life. That's awesome. I can't believe I reached that level. That's probably one of the nicer things people say about me behind my back. Thank you.
I was like, he throws up random memes and stuff just to get our reactions, and it's funny.
Hey, that's very kind of you. That's very kind of you. You know. But anyways, all right. So hey, do you want to take advantage of an opportunity to plug Geek Gauntlet and everything and whatnot? You know, like you got to start doing that, hun.
Yeah,
I mean,
I do, don't I?
That's part of your deal. So I mean,
I need to write a script.
So what's going on Geek Gauntlet? I mean, are you going to be on what went on last night's episode?
We talked about the new episode of Flash Armageddon and the new Batwoman and the new Legends of Tomorrow. And apparently I didn't watch the right Legends of Tomorrow episode because it wasn't on the CW app. So I watched the like 2 episodes that too old of an episode. And then we were Young Justice, and I watched the episode of Young Justice, but I was completely confused by what was going on. So I jumped in and started watching season 1. And then we talked about some birthdays and all that, and just a lot of news and things like that I need to catch up on. So.
I know what you're talking about. I've been on there, so I totally understand. Because I'm an MCU person. I'm not a DCU person. So
yeah, I enjoy some of the, as I said, I just like watching it over and over and over again. After a while, it's just kind of like, so like I started on Arrow and then stopped, and then started on Flash and then stopped, and started on Legends and Legends of Tomorrow. I don't know. I just like don't like the mesh of the characters, and so that's why both my husband and I stopped watching it, kind of a thing. But I need to get caught back up so that I actually have like something to contribute to the conversation, kind of a thing.
Well, hey, at least you look good, so like you can just shut up. And
thank you.
You can be there. You can just have your presence there and like look good and everything and whatnot.
I can just be eye candy.
Yeah, dude is like, oh, okay. Like, she's quiet, but she looks good. I mean, me, like, I mean, I'm fucked. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I've got to rely on my looks with my content, shit.
That's secretly why you have me on here, isn't it?
Yes. I want to
balance it was all a ploy.
I want to balance out the unattractiveness with something more attractive. To try to have a better ratio, of attractiveness out of the whole squad,
and hope I can contribute to some stuff.
Nah, I mean, look, hold on 1 second. Not that I can't just walk away because I can literally talk like 30 feet away and my microphone will still hear me. But so check it out.
Oh no, not the bag.
Yep. Okay.
No.
What do you think the bag is?
I saw that picture in the chat.
Okay, well, all right. So this is just one of the chicks I recently hung out with and whatnot, and she left a present for me. But I don't know what it is, kids. I don't know. Maybe it's a toy. I don't know. Maybe it's kind of toy for kids or something. I have no idea. I've never seen one before. And
just leave it in the bag.
Anyway, as far as my looks go, I like to think that my more prominent features involve things not involving my face or anything, or like my attractiveness, but how I drop that D on chicks. So you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, when that weird toy like came out of nowhere and I had no idea what it was, I was just like, look, you don't need that. You'll be all right. I've got you. So anyways, I mean, some guys would be who are like much bigger than me and like would beat my ass, will be intimidated by having that thing pulled out on them. I laughed. I was laughing. I was like, do you honestly think that can do what I can do? Come on. What, are you kidding me? Shit. Anyways. Oh, my bad. I'm actually trying to multitask at the same time, and I'm not very good at it. But so as far as like me wrapping up your plugging, you can find Jenae on Geek Gauntlet Podcast with William and Shaw, and I think occasionally Kat from GNN. And eventually, I think that Jenae is going to be on GNN or be a part of GNN down the road, but we'll see. But I'm a part of GNN. The Bleeding Edge is a part of GNN. And we are very pleased and happy to be on Geek News Now Network. And I want to shout out all the folks from the network and all of y'all making shows, doing content on there. Good luck trying to compete with me because I will smoke your ass. Like straight up. I will. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the end of the day, I'm only going to say in terms of my plugging that Cybernetic Shark is my co-host, and he'll be around here soon on our next episode. And I want to thank Jenae for being on with me for as long as she did and taking the time to stay late with me and whatnot on the episode and everything and hang out for a while. Thank you, Jenae.
You're welcome.
We definitely appreciate having you on. You are getting close to qualifying for special guest status, I think. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh man. Take it, dangling it like a carrot and then take it away.
You're such an awesome person, Jenae, that you actually would feel good if I did that for you. I know you would. That would make you happy. So that just shows that, just to give you an idea, people, of how real Jenae is. Like, that's like how real she is.
Let me double check. Okay, yes, I'm real.
you would actually appreciate that shit. You'd be like, oh my God, I'm a special guest. Like,
yeah,
thank you. Like, that's great.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like that, so that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, some people wouldn't even care.
I am privileged that you took the chance with me, and same with Geek Gauntlet.
Oh, don't make me shy. So. Oh, stop. Stop. No, you're good. But no, I just want to say that thank you to everybody out there who catches this in the podcast form. We're on all the directories. If you find one that doesn't have the MCU's Bleeding Edge, please let me know so I can get us on there. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are trying to hit 500 subscribers, and I want to get there faster than the other GNM people. Again, I want to smoke all of them. So help me out with that. And, besides that, we really appreciate all of you who, catch the shows. This is just going to be a recorded video, so you'll be catching on your own time. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed Jenae and William. And Dave again. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, William, for being on with us. And, I just want to say that to all of you ladies out there that match with me on Tinder or whatever anytime soon. That's what I've got for you to work with. So, if you want to know what to expect from me, that's it.